and welcome to Gentle Yoga. If you're watching now or later, we're all going to begin in a seated posture, as I mentioned. Sitting on 2 blocks or 1 block, the knees folded underneath. Right, if there's another way you'd like to sit that's more comfortable for you, that's more stable for you, go ahead and do that. I've created my little block tower, hugging my feet along the edges of a block and sitting right on the edge of my blocks. Right, if you get here and it doesn't feel stable, make an adjustment. Finding your tall spine. Right, maybe we get a few kinks out of the neck just right off the bat. Circling the neck in one direction, the other direction. Maybe shrugging the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. And then coming back to neutral, finding that seated posture and either closing the eyes or just gazing downward. Right? So we're just in a seated posture here, Ted, and finding the breath. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can just follow the thread of the breath, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Now we begin to take a few bees breaths. Bees breath is a really wonderful practice for calming the mind and also kind of gets you up a little bit. So bees breath will create a humming sound on our exhalation, thus prolonging the exhalation, and then we'll breathe in through the nose. So let's take 5 bees breaths together. Inhale through the nose. One more. Allowing this vibration to continue to resonate through your body, through your mind. And now just a show of hands. Okay, on a scale of 0 to 5, 0 is no stress at all. 5 is I am really stressed, feeling a lot of stress today. Okay, 0 is no stress, and 5 is very stressed. Okay, so I want a show of hands here. That's your stress level today from 0 to 5. We got a 2, we got some 3s, we got some 4s, we got a 1. We got the whole range really here. Maybe a 0. Okay, I'm coming over to your house. Beautiful. All right, 0 to 5, just checking in with that. And a 1, we got some 1s over here. Well, maybe I'll have to move to Colorado. Beautiful, guys. Okay, several of us are still just getting set up, so please go ahead and set yourself up. I'm going to come onto my hands and knees and place my blocks to the side. Just checking in on the stress levels, right? We'll be managing stress through this practice today. managing stress through breath and movement, breath connected movement. So I'm on my hands and knees. I'm going to sink the belly, lift the heart, come into cow shape. And then as I exhale and around the back, push into the hands. Going back and forth at my own pace. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing and moving at my own pace today. Breathing in. Breathing out. Maybe making one more round. And then I'll go ahead and stretch my right leg out with the toe still on the ground. Rock forward, rock back. I've got my hands right underneath my shoulders, right? And a little bit of pushing in to the hands so that there's some space in my shoulder joint, both shoulder joints. I'll lift my right leg up straight out from the hip, and let's hold here. Hold here, or you could take a pulse or 2 or 3, pulsing that leg up a little higher and coming right back down. Yeah, nice, guys. Let's switch sides. Left leg long, toe on the ground to start. Rock forward, rock back. Find that good stability through the shoulders. And then we'll lift the left leg up, and you might take some pulses. Continuing to breathe. Nice, strong through the heel. And then I'm going to come back down to center. If your wrists are bothering you, you could take a little stretch, or if you want to move right to balancing tiger, I'm going to lift my right leg and then my left arm. Strong through the core, pull the belly up and in, big breath in, and then reset to center. Switch sides. Left leg, right arm, extend long, reset. Let's go back and forth a few times. Inhale, opposite arm, opposite leg. Move back and forth at your own pace. Stay smooth, controlled, in touch with your breath. We'll take one more on each side. Good, and then I'm going to tuck my toes under. Sit back on my toes, plug my fingertips into the earth. So I get a little toe stretch here, and we'll do a few rounds of lion's breath. Lion's breath, where we open the mouth as wide as we can, stick the tongue out, and make a soft exhalation. Okay, so let's do 3, breathing in. One more. Really good, guys. Coming back onto hands and knees. And I actually might go ahead and grab onto my blocks if you have blocks today. If you want to pad up under your knees, we're going to do one more thing on the knees. I'm going to go ahead and scoot my right foot off the edge of the mat and extend my left leg long. So you might have to take a peek at me here. For a modified side plank, I'm going to go ahead and twist to the left and bring my left hand onto my hip. Right? Find your stability here. This right arm is right underneath the right shoulder, and this left shoulder is not dropping down. I'm bringing that left shoulder back. Very good, guys. The left arm can reach up and over my head, stretching with the palm facing down. Nice long line here. And then I might go ahead and bring that arm up and see if I could lift my left leg up just a little bit. And then I might come right back down, stretch everything long, arm is long, leg is down. And then I'm going to lift both up again. We're going right to the hard stuff this morning. Enjoy this work we're doing together on the mat. We'll take a couple more pulses here. Looking good, guys. One more. Maybe you don't pulse. Maybe you just stay lifted. Good. Release down. I'm going to turn my gaze down, come back to tabletop. And I might take a cat-cow here between sides. And then I'm going to go ahead and move towards the other side. So you stay right where you are. I'm just showing you so I can model for you. We slide the left foot off the edge of your mat. Extend the right leg long. That left arm is right underneath the left shoulder as you begin to twist to the right. Stack the hips. Right hand on the hip to start. Find your good stability here. That's right. You might be facing away from me, and you can slide that right leg back a little bit towards me, Anne. That right leg, the other leg. Yeah, that's it. And now that right arm will lift up and over, palm facing down, big long line of energy. Try not to sink into this left shoulder. Push the earth away, right? And then we might stay here, or you might take some pulses, lifting the arm, lifting the leg. That's good, Deb. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice. You got it, Judy. Maybe you come out of it. Maybe you want to do one more. Beautiful, guys. And now let's reset back to center. I'm going to come off of my blocks and I'm going to take a child's pose. So some space between my knees, perhaps. Sitting back on my heels. If you have knee issues, you might bring something between the calf and the thigh to create some space there. And then letting the forehead rest on the earth. The arms can be far forward, or maybe they're soft with the elbows bent. Right? Just breathing into the back of the body here. Coming into your child's pose. Right? If this feels awkward for you, you might bring the block underneath the forehead. Right? If you can't quite get down all the way. That's good, Larry. And then we're going to slowly make our way up. You know, that child's pose, if it's something that feels good for you, is always an option if you feel like you need a reset. So let's bring our attention on our hands and knees to the hands. And I want to bring my awareness to my thumb, the base of my thumb, my index finger, and the base of my index finger, and then spreading the weight across my hand. I'm going to tuck my toes under and lift up into downward facing dog with both knees bent. And then I'm going to walk the dog, slowly pedaling, bending one knee, planting the other, heel down, keeping your breath moving and making any modifications here. If you need to do this differently, maybe the head not below the heart, maybe you use a piece of furniture, right, to bring the floor up to you. Yeah, almost forgot about that, huh? Keeping the breath moving. Awesome, guys. Taking one more walking of the dog. And then we'll come forward to our high plank. So rippling forward, shoulders over the wrists. Drop the hips down. Right? I'm pushing the earth away. I'm not sinking into my shoulders, pulling the belly up and in. Feel the work? Breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, and release all the way to the belly. Coming down onto the belly, let the forehead rest. The arms can frame the rib cage. Lift the kneecaps up and we'll lift the head and heart. Baby Cobra. Let's hold here. See if you can squeeze the shoulder blades together. This is one of those good for your posture poses, right? Using the muscles in the upper back. One more breath. And then go ahead and create a little pillow with your forearms across the mat. Let a cheek rest. And let the toes come out to the sides. Breath in. Sink into the earth. Exhale. Sigh it out through the mouth if you'd like. Very good, guys. Let's push our way up to tabletop and then onto the knees. So we're going to be balancing on the knees for just a moment. Balancing on the knees for just a moment. I want to put my hands into my back pockets. Pretend I have some back pockets. That's good. Balancing on the knees. And I'm just going to ever so slightly push my hips forward and lift my heart. Squeeze the shoulders back and together. Right? So the work is not in the low back. The work is in the upper back. Really push that heart forward like we did in our baby cobra. And I'm not really doing much with the head or neck here. I'm just going to keep my chin kind of level. Breath in and then reset. Nice and energizing. You might just swing the arms. Good. And then I'm going to come to stand. I'll take my hands to my hips, step my one foot forward, doesn't matter which one, tuck the back toe under. Enjoy coming to stand and meet me at the top of your mat in mountain pose. Okay, mountain pose. Today we're going to go block free, but if you really like the feeling of having the block between the feet, between the thighs, you can do that. That's just a really nice way to engage, to bring awareness to this hugging in energy, this, what we would call it, the words are failing me today, adduction, thank you, anatomy. Okay, so coming into mountain pose, I might just softly close my eyes, arms are at my sides. I could gaze down if I'm not feeling like closing my eyes. So mountain pose, arms at the sides. Good, big breath in, breath out. Now I begin to move to my chair pose. I'm going to slowly bend my knees, bring my arms straight out in front, and really bring my hips back, right? So rather than just sinking straight down, I'm going to scoot the hips back. Okay, so we're going to hold here. The feet and the knees are the same distance apart. That's good. Inhale, straighten everything. Exhale, come back into your chair pose. Good. Inhale, straighten everything. Exhale, chair pose, maybe a little deeper. That's good, Judy. Inhale, lift. Stay with me. Exhale, chair pose. Let's hold here. Maybe you push the feet away from each other. You can really feel the glute muscles engage. That's awesome, guys. One more big breath, and then we're coming out of it. Arms rise up, and I'm going to side bend to the right. Inhale, center, side bend left. Maybe I'll take a little extra space between my feet and continue my sort of sea anemone side bending dance. Breathing in, breathing out, flowing with the breath. Very good. We'll reset to center. And I'm going to take hold of my strap behind my back. Holding my strap behind my back, just loosely in the hand with the palms facing away from each other. Right, palms facing away from each other. And I'm going to just lightly tug on this strap and lift the strap up away from the back of my body. Let's take 10 of these. Bring it back down. Inhale, lift. I'm holding onto the strap with my hands. Right, pulling the strap. It's good. Palms away from the body. I like its head. Right, there's a little bit of resistance there. 4 more. Maybe you get a little higher. Right, and you can always do more of these later, okay? So let's bring the strap straight out in front. a little wider than shoulder width distance. And one more time, we'll do a little side bending. This time, we're only moving the arms. Okay, so arms to the right, through center to the left. Stay really engaged through the bottom part of your body, the feet, the legs, the hips. Those are unmoving. Good, we'll take one more on each side. And then releasing the strap down onto the earth. You can take a sip of water. We'll meet at the back of the mat. Meeting at the back of the mat. I'm going to take a little walk on my balance beam, my imaginary balance beam. Okay, so let's start at the back of the mat. We're going to be taking a total of 4 steps. The first step will be the right foot in front of the left, walking on the balance beam, toe to heel. Let's stay here, a little bend to the knees. Weight might be a little bit forward. Maybe the arms come out to the sides. It's up to you. Maybe you feel more steady with the hands on the hips. And then you're going to start the slow blink. A slow blink or even closing the eyes, keeping your breath moving. Very good, guys. Let's step that left foot in front of the right. Little crouch, weight is forward. Slow blink. The side could feel different. Side could feel very different, right? So doing whatever you need to do. Maybe there's a little more space between the feet. Good, and then we're gonna take another step forward. This is the third step. Slow blink, if it's in your practice today. And last step forward, left foot in front of the right. Weight is equal in both feet. That's good. You could take that slow blink or you could keep the eyes open. All right. Well done, walking on the wire. Meet me at the top of the mat. I'm going to take my arms out to the sides like goalposts, like cactus. And then we're going to take an opposite arm. Let's take 30 seconds of opposite arm, opposite leg, getting the heart rate elevated just a little bit. Breathing in, breathing out. And maybe you can make this like a fun little dance. You could also extend the arm, extend the leg if you're feeling it. Otherwise, you might just keep the knees and the elbows bent. Maybe it's a forced exhalation with pursed lips. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, guys. Let's come to the top of the mat. Reset the breath. Take 3 calming breaths in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Very good. Hands on the hips. Let's come to our warrior 1. Okay, right foot forward, left foot back at a little bit of an angle. Hips swivel to the top of the mat. You might make any adjustment with the back foot so that feels comfortable, that feels stable. I'm going to hook the thumbs in front of my body and inhale the arms up. We're bending into that right knee. Bending deeply into that right knee right over the right ankle. Right, see if you can relax the shoulders a little bit down away from the ears without losing the length in your reach. Good, inhale. 3 more breaths. Very good, guys. Let's bring the hands down to the hips. I'm going to hop the back foot forward just to shorten my stance a little bit. So the back foot is still back, and we're going to take a little forward fold over this front leg. Today, I'm going to keep my hands on my hips and see if I can just lengthen through the crown of my head. Right, I'm just folding over this front leg to whatever degree feels safe for me. Keep some weight in that back foot. Right, and then if you feel like you had a little farther to travel, you might bring the hands down the leg. Really engage through the core, especially if you have back issues. You might not go down as far. Do a breath in. Feels like a big hamstring stretch. Good, and then we're slowly making our way back up. Let's pour a little weight into this right foot and see what it would be like to float the left leg up just for a second and come right back down. Weight in the right foot, float the left leg up, come right back down. Do that a few times. Right?
No, we can't hear you. She knows that I can mute again.
Okay, guys, I'm so sorry about that. We have run out of, can you hear me now? Run out of batteries. No batteries in the house. All right, we're free. We're free of that lavalier mic. Beautiful, warrior 3, I hope you did it. Let's try the other side, guys. Thank you for your patience with me and for piping it up and letting me know what was going on. I was fearful that that was gonna happen. Let's bring that left foot forward, right foot back a little angle. We're gonna sink into this left knee. Find your warrior 1. Judy, push this right hip forward a little bit. Judy, B, that's good. Sink into that knee, hook the thumbs in front of the body, maybe the opposite one on top. And inhale the arms up. Be strong through both legs. Arms overhead if that would feel good for you. Softening the shoulders. Keeping that right hip forward a little bit so we're not kind of twisting away from the pose. And slowly bringing the hands to the hips. We'll be hopping the back foot forward just a little bit, straightening both legs, take a big breath in, exhale, reach forward with the heart, folding forward, weight equal in both feet, maybe the hand slides down the leg, you can see your pyramid pose. And we'll make our way up. Hands to the hips. I'm going to start to pour some weight into my left foot. Just float the right leg up behind me a few times. We'll create this dynamic version of our warrior. Now this side feels, it could feel a little bit different. Maybe I just hold that leg up there for a millisecond. I might begin to fly my airplane a little bit. I could hold, maybe I could hold. I might try to hold. Push your heart forward, that's good. My airplane, coming up to Boston. Gonna hang out and watch the snowfall with you there, Walt. Good, big breath in, and then let's reset. Nice, come to mountain, we'll walk it out a little bit. Somebody said they didn't want a dance party, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step one foot behind, widen my stance, and then the other foot behind. So we're just bending into that front knee as we tap the back foot behind. That's good. Everything okay, Deb? You're typing into the chat? Okay, good. Keep the breath moving. It's a little dancerly, maybe that Other arm starts to come up. Wide stance. Nice. Now, I think there's some ballet dancers in the house. You've got it. One more on each side. Sweet. You got it there. Let's take a wide stance. I'm going to take a wide stance. Feet are parallel, and I'm taking wide-legged forward. Great. If you need to keep the heart and the head above the heart for blood pressure reasons, you come to a piece of furniture or use your blocks, flat back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, slow fold forward, hands slide down the legs. Stay somewhat lifted, maybe you can get a little bit lower. Great. Maybe you bring a little movement into this. Nice flat back if you have osteoporosis. You can let go of holding onto the head. Wide-legged forward fold. 2 more breaths. Stay down there. 2 more breaths if it feels okay. And we'll walk ourselves up nice and slow. Bring my feet a little closer together. We're going to move into triangle pose. So the right toe's out to the right. Left foot is angled in a little bit, and I've kind of out my left hip, like that sassy teenager. Stretch down the right leg with my right arm. I'm going to shoulder back. Good. And then my left arm up towards the sky. I'm going to take a kick up. That felt okay for me. I'm feeling balance challenge today. I feel like I'm falling backwards. You might want to take up. And your front hand is farther back than your spine. Bring it so it's straight. That's good. Like lean back into that left shoulder. There's a wall behind you. Maybe you can come up a little higher on the leg to the shin bone. Come up here instead of being really low. But way up out of this side. Switching sides. Left toes to the left. And go back foot. Remember our little teapot? Up. We were pouring out the other week. Slowly reaching down the left leg. Maybe you don't go very far. Maybe stay somewhat lifted. You can keep the line, the length of the torso. Lifting the right arm up. You can take a peek up and see where that arm is. If that arm is back behind you, so you're going to straight out from the shoulder. These could just get in. Breathe here. Nice, guys. Come on up nice and slow. Triangle has so many benefits that goes. Let's walk it out a little bit. Audio still okay? No, it's not as high quality as the other one. All right. We're going to take some half moon hops. Half moon hops, okay? It is full moon today. So in honor of the full moon, I'm going to add this half moon hop into our session today. First, we're going to start by bringing the right toes to the right. I'm going to start to pour my weight into this right foot. And this is one of those, Barb, if your knee is a little bit iffy today, you're going to take extra care. If your balance is challenged, you might come to a place where you could rest a hand on a piece of furniture. Hand on a piece of furniture. What we're going to be doing is floating the left leg up and releasing it back down. Floating the left leg up, releasing it back down. That's right. So maybe I could reach my right hand down towards the couch or towards the earth and back down. And the idea here is maybe eventually I might of like a little bit of a cartwheel, frozen cartwheel. Maybe I make it dynamic. Maybe I come to my wall. Whatever version of this works for you. Oh yeah, remember we were in this modified side plank? We were doing this motion and top leg. Allow it to come out, come back. Switch sides. Make some circles to the hips. And then maybe decide if you traditionally feel more wobbly on the left side, you'll find that piece of furniture. I'm going to bring my left toes to the left. I'm going to short stance to start. And then bend into this left knee and start to bring weight into the left foot and float my right leg up behind me. Half moon hops. Stay dynamic. Moving, breathing. Right, maybe so with this, the hips are stacked. Yeah, good guys. Maybe you hold, maybe you find that piece of furniture or the wall. Maybe you come in and out. One more breath. And reset back to center. Any other little movements you want to do here? You want to join me in another curtsy dance. Breathing in, breathing out. Yes, Judy, we're in sync. And let's go ahead and take that sip of water. Take that sip of water and we'll begin our seated portion. All right, so I'm going to stagger my feet. Let's enjoy the transition here. Stagger the feet, drop the back knee down. Balance on both knees, and then go ahead and come down onto your seat. You can swing the legs straight out in front for a moment, shake the legs. And then I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee. And this is another one, just taking good care of the knee bar. I'm going to keep this right foot flexed rather than pointed. And then with my hands behind me, I'm going to start to bend my left knee and scoot my whole body forward. And so I'm looking for a stretch, a hip stretch, in that right glute, outer glute muscle. You might feel it somewhere else. And rather than just kind of sinking here and rounding forward, I'm really going to try to straighten my back with my heart. Right, so coming from here to here. Breathing in. And if this feels too much, you can bring that left leg down a little bit. It doesn't have to be so intense. We don't want to injure ourselves. Right, but we do want to find the edge. Breathe into it. Good, and now we'll release and straighten both legs. Shake the legs out and switch sides. Left ankle over the right knee. And even this could feel like intense for you. So you'll just determine what's best for you. Keep this left foot flexed, hands behind for support. I'm going to bend my right knee and scoot my body forward. Bend the right knee, scoot the body forward until you feel the amount of sensation that feels right for you. And we're going to come from this rounded posture to this lifted posture, and that's going to create a big difference in the sensation. Breathing into it. Good, Ted. Way to stay with it. Good, and then I'm going to bring both feet in front of me with the knees bent and the feet out to the edges of the mat. And I'm just going to wash my knees back and forth. Windshield wipers with the feet nice and wide. Good, and then let's reset. I'm going to come to sit up nice and tall, legs straight out in front. I'm going to slowly bend my right knee and bring that foot somewhere inside the left leg. It could be way down at the calf, could be at the knee, maybe it's up towards the thigh. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, reach forward over this left leg and then bring the hands down where they may fall. Maybe it's the shin, maybe it's the foot. If you're really rounding and you have osteoporosis, I'd like you to come up and have a flat back. I'd like you to have a flat back. Maybe you can use your strap here instead. Or maybe you begin to get a little deeper into your Janu, Shirsana. Breath in, breath out. You got it, guys. Let's come up nice and slow. I'm going to bring my right knee to face towards the sky. A little space between the foot and the thigh. I'll be twisting to the right. But let's bring the left arm up in space. The left arm reaching. Take a breath in. As you exhale, twist right. Use your torso muscles. Come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. Come back to center. Last time, inhale. Exhale, twist, 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 and then bring the arm down. Hug the knee. Place the right arm down behind you. Use all those muscles to twist to the right. And if you have farther to go, you might even bring that elbow in front of the thigh. For me, it just doesn't work for my personal anatomy to do that. Short arms, short legs. But that might feel better for you to bring the elbow in front of that thigh. Don't lose the engagement in the left leg. Sit up tall. One more breath, twisting to the right, and then we'll come back to center. Shake the legs out. And let's do those same two poses on the other side. So left foot inside the right thigh or anywhere along the right leg. Right, taking good care of the knee today. Right, you could do this just as a simple forward fold bar with the legs straight. Okay, inhale, arms rise. Exhale, reach forward, fold forward. Maybe you keep a flat back, right? Or you could bring the hands down and round a little bit. Bring the hands down where they may fall. Could be on the shin, could be on the foot, could be on the floor next to the leg. And you might need a little bend to the knee, and that's fine too. Breathing in, breathing out, getting longer through the crown of the head. Pull the belly up and in. Good, coming back to seated posture. Bring this left knee to face the sky. Right leg is engaged. Lift the right arm up. You guys are doing so great. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, twist left. Use your own muscles. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Use the torso. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. And now bring the arm down. Hug onto that knee. And place the left arm down behind you like a kickstand. Very good. Notice if you're just jutting the chin forward and rounding, and see if you can lengthen the back of the neck. That's good. While looking over that left shoulder, pulling the belly in. Great. I'm sad that I had somewhat of a large breakfast in this moment. And this is kind of why they tell you not to eat 2 hours before yoga, right? So that you can do these poses without any kind of discomfort. Come on back to center. We'll place the hands underneath the shoulders and bend the knees. And maybe my fingers point to the sides of my mat, and I'm going to lift my hips. Reverse tabletop pulses. Let's do 5. Inhale, exhale. Maybe you keep the gaze straight at the wall ahead of you, or maybe you look up towards the ceiling. It's up to you. If you have neck issues, you might want to just gaze straight ahead. This puts a little bit of strain on the neck. Maybe you hold for a beat, and then let's all come slowly down onto the back. I'm going to come down onto my back and hug my knees in towards my chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. You might need a little neck support if the floor feels far away. I'm going to grab onto just the right knee. Extend the left leg long. Right, Ted, if you want to put a little pillow under the head, I'd rather that you weren't extending the neck so much. I'm going to grab onto the back of my right leg and push the foot up towards the sky. Getting a nice stretch here too. Maybe my hands come up a little higher on my leg. Maybe my leg is nice and straight, or I keep a little bend to the knee. And resetting, switching sides. Hug the left knee in. Press the right leg long, or you can keep the knee bent. Grabbing onto the back of the left thigh, pushing the foot up towards the sky. Breathing into it. You could push the leg into the hands and pull the leg, push the leg back into the hands. You know what I mean? There's a conversation happening there. Breathing. Hands slide up a little bit farther. Don't force this. I've got my head on the ground. And very good, guys. Let's bring the feet and the knees together with the knees bent. Feet on the earth. And I'm going to open my knees to the sides, the soles of the feet together. Coming into my reclining bound ankle. If you really like support, you can add some blocks underneath the thighs. If it feels like too much. Or if you feel like you just need a little extra support today. My hands are resting on my belly. I've got my soles of my feet together, knees drifting apart, and just taking a few grounding breaths here. Filling up my hands with the breath. My hands are on my knees. Very good, guys. Let's reset. The feet are hip distance apart. The knees are bent. We're coming into bridge pose now. So if you had any neck support, you might take that out. Putting my arms at my sides, bending my elbows, reaching my fingertips towards the sky. And there's some engagement already as I just push my arms into the earth and lift my heart up. And you can squeeze the shoulder blades together. And now I'll lift my hips and see how high I can get. You could stay right here, never moving the head from side to side in bridge. Or you could interlace the fingers underneath the body, wriggle the shoulders, maybe get the heart a little more lifted towards the chin. You can feel this really beautiful lengthening of your hip flexors. We're working the upper back here. Yes, the lower back is working too. Try to bring the effort into the upper back. And now without coming down, I'm going to lift my arms up overhead and behind me. Stretching my arms up towards the wall behind me, arms on the ground, and then very slowly, let's see if you can notice each individual vertebra coming down. Really slowly, setting the spine down like the pearls on a necklace, one by one. And then I'll reset. I'll bring my arms out to the sides, space between my feet. Windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Very good. And now we'll cross that right knee over the left. So the knees are nestling. And I'm going to slowly bring my knees over to the left side. So you got the knees are nestling, right? They're knee over knee. The right arm reaching to the right. Allowing that right shoulder to just melt into the earth. Beginning to let go a little bit. Gentle spinal twist. Traveling back through center and taking another twist on the other side, whether you're seated or you're laying down. We'll cross that left knee all the way over the right knee, knees nestling, and drop the knees over to the right. Maybe scoot the hips to the left. Keeping the left shoulder on the earth. Breathing. Letting go of any muscular engagement if you're lying on the back. And slowly making our way back to center, we'll hug the knees into the chest. Hug the knees into the chest, right? And you have a couple options now. So I might just stretch my legs up. I might actually scoot my whole body so that I'm near a piece of furniture, such as a chair or couch, or legs up the wall. Like you could bring your legs up the wall, or you could bring your feet to a piece of furniture. Okay, so we're just going to drape the legs on top of something. Maybe it's the couch behind you. Maybe I won't be able to see you, that's okay. Right? Maybe you find another way to practice this, if this is not an option for you right now. You could rest the hands on the belly, you could rest the hands out to the sides. Allowing the pelvis to be heavy, allowing the low back to spread. Letting the shoulders relax, letting go of the jaw. Tuning into your breath. Smoothing out the breath. See if you can take 5 breaths in this posture. If this feels really good and you want to stay here, you can stay just like this, or you might move to Savasana. Okay, so an option to stay here for another minute, or to come away from your extension and just let the legs come long and the arms at the sides. Find any support you might need under the knees, under the head. You could take that sip of water, you could put on a layer, right? We've got a couple minutes here for relaxation. So let's take this time. Really set yourself up well. Yeah, if you've got that lavender eye pillow, you're really happy. Right, taking care to find what might feel like a neutral spine. Okay, so I've got these knees, these blocks, Ted, right underneath my lower thighs. And that feels really good for my back. And then something rolled up underneath the neck. It could just be your yoga mat. You can roll your yoga mat for an extra support underneath the head and neck. Arms resting at the sides with the palms facing up. Feeling all the parts of the body that are touching the earth. Noticing the heels, the legs and the hips, the upper back, the shoulders and the arms, the backs of the hands, the base of the skull. Allowing all these parts of the body to sink into the earth and feel held, feeling held and supported. Letting go of the body, letting go of the mind, giving yourself permission to do nothing, to be nothing. Taking a big breath in now and filling up the whole body with your breath. Maybe stretching your arms overhead, really lengthening through one leg and then the other leg. You could hug the knees into the chest and roll onto one side. Let's come into a little ball. Give yourself a hug. And then as you're ready, gently pushing yourself up and finding seated posture that feels good to you. Tall through the crown of the head. I'm going to take a hand on my heart, hand on my belly. Let's close our class with 5 bees breaths. Breathing in. Allowing that to resonate, reverberate through your body. Perhaps joining me in the sound and vibration of one single Om. Inhaling for Om. So much much for your practice today. And once again, show of hands. 0 is no stress. 5 is stress. It's okay if the number's the same. It's okay if the number's the same, right? Maybe it's a little bit lower. Hopefully it's not higher. All right. Looking pretty good here, guys. Thank you so much for your practice today. Feel free to stick around, and thank you for your patience with the technological issues as always. Have a wonderful rest of your day.